Mr. Alden had one rule he repeated for 28 years. I decided to test it. I teach 11th grade English, and I've done it for 6 years. Mr. Alden, our department chair, has done it for 28. His whole identity is fairness. He says it constantly. I judge the work, not the name. He says it in meetings, to parents, to students. He believes it about himself completely. I remember the certainty in his voice. I thought to myself, certainty like that always gets tested eventually. Every spring, the department gives one prize, the Whitfield Essay Award, plus $400, and a line on a college application. Alden chairs the committee. This year 2 essays reached the final round. One was by a boy named Trevor, a quiet kid, average grades who Alden had already dismissed as not really a scholar. The other was by Sophia, our valedictorian, the student Alden praises in every hallway. He adored Sophia. He'd never warmed to Trevor once. In September he told me flatly, "Trevor's a nice boy, but he's not a thinker." I remember the word thinker. Here's what I did. When I photocopied the 2 finalist essays for blind review, I swapped the header pages. Trevor's essay went out under Sophia's name. Sophia's essay went out under Trevor's. Same words, same commas, only the names traded. Alden had insisted for years that names don't matter. I decided to take him at his word. We met on a Wednesday at 3:30, 6 teachers around a table, plus a student aide named Reyes taking notes for the yearbook. Alden held up the essay that actually belonged to Trevor, the one now labeled Sophia. He beamed. This is what excellence looks like. The control, the argument. Sophia has a gift. He read a paragraph aloud, savoring it. Then he picked up the other one. Sophia's real essay, now labeled Trevor. His face changed. And this. Honestly, overwritten. Trying too hard. This is a student reaching past his ability. He set it down like it was sticky. I asked gently, "So the first one wins?" He said, "It's not close. The first one is a scholar's work. The second one you can feel the strain." Reyes wrote it all down. 6 of us heard it. Then I said, "I have to tell you something about the headers." I explained the swap slowly, so there'd be no confusion. The essay he called a scholar's gift was Trevor's. The essay he called overwritten and straining was Sophia's, his valedictorian. Same essays. Only the names had moved. The room went very still. Here is the part I'll never forget. Alden did not concede. He didn't say, "Well, I was wrong, the work speaks for itself." Instead, he started rationalizing out loud in real time. "Well, knowing it's Trevor, I can see the flaws more clearly now, and Sophia's real piece in context has a maturity I'd have recognized if the labels were right." He actually said that. Knowing the name changed the work. The exact thing he swore never happened. Reyes, the student, 19 years old, put down the pen. And he said the thing none of the adults would say. "So the name did matter. You just told us the same essay is brilliant or bad depending on whose it is." Silence. A teacher named Gina quietly said, "He's right, Frank." Alden tried once more. "You're twisting, miss. I have judged fairly for 28 years. Reyes didn't blink. "We all just watched you judge the same words 2 different ways in about 4 minutes." Alden's own catchphrase was hanging in the air, and it had strangled him. Trevor won the Whitfield Award. He earned it under a blind read from someone who had no idea whose paper it was. Which is exactly the point. When Alden handed him the certificate at the spring assembly in front of 400 students and their parents, he had to say the words engraved on the plaque, the ones the school prints every year. For the work, not the name. He read them looking like each one cost him something. He just shook Alden's hand, surprised and happy. A quiet kid who'd been told for years he wasn't a scholar, holding proof that he was. Alden caught me in the hall afterward. "You set me up." I said, "No, I did exactly what you always told us to do. I took the names off." He judged the work, not the name. Until the name was the only thing he judged.